Hi everyone, my name is Michelle with the Book Dragon, and today we've got author CJ Lawrence with us. Hi.
Hello.
I'll be calling her Claire for the purpose of the interview, so just so I don't have to keep saying CJ Lawrence because it might be a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, just a bit.
So you very kindly agreed to answer some questions about your Love Lies series and your writing in general, Claire.
Yeah.
So it takes place in the North Yorkshire town of Whitby. Can you tell us what inspired you to set your books there?
Yeah, it's one of those things that sort of like always intrigued me, so to speak. I've always found Whitby quite mysterious. Pictures of the Abbey and ruins of and the Abbey ruins and obviously tales of ghosts and paranormal and everything else. And then when I found out that Bram Stoker um was there when he came up with the idea for Dracula, it's just kind of stuck with me since then. So, like the tales of the black dog jumping off a ship and running up the steps and turning
Mhm.
into Dracula, it's like always really got to me. And I thought, if I'm going to do like a paranormal series, what's the best place to do it? It's got to be the spooky town of Whitby.
Yeah,
So, yeah, that's where that came from.
I agree. It's an absolutely perfect place for such a setting.
It is, it's amazing.
But could you tell us a bit more about the book's central character of Caitlin and the situation she finds herself in at the start of the series?
Yeah, so Caitlin is sort of your typical 18-year-old teenage girl. She's finding her feet in the world. Now she's an adult and everything else. And then she finds out that her dad is terminal with cancer. So she moves back home to Whitby to be with him and sort of isn't really, I don't think she's sort of fully grasped the idea that he's dying.
Mhm.
And she's sort of still holding on to this little sliver of hope that actually he's going to somehow miraculously recover from it. So she's sort of moving up there thinking that it's going to be like her start in the adult world and she's going to be with her dad and have this whole new life. And actually, he's very blasé and to the point about what's going on with him. And it sort of shocks her a little bit. And she then realizes that she's in this situation and that's going to be it. And then obviously everything else unfolds with Marcus and Luke, and she finds herself quickly drowning.
Hmm. Yeah. So lots of real world problems that people can relate to, as well as the more supernatural
Yes.
things she's got to deal with.
Yeah.
So, as I said, the series has supernatural elements to it. And where did your interest in this start?
So I've always sort of been interested in it. My dad's side of the family is mostly Irish heritage. And dad would always tell me tales of his weird Aunt Ginny, who would always tell him stories of like fairies and goblins and like proper Pan's Labyrinth type territory.
Hmm.
And that's always sort of like he was telling me them from 5, 6 years old. And then when I started getting into books and reading, I started reading stuff about the Bermuda Triangle. And
Right.
from there, it's just sort of like snowballed out, where anything to do with myths and legends and folklore and ancient mythology, I love it. So to write books on it just seems like investing in my own fantasy of what could be, if that makes sense.
Oh, it does, definitely.
Yeah.
So, when I was reading the book, I was just thinking what a perfect film or TV show it would make. And I was wondering if it was to be made into one, who you'd like to play the main parts.
I'm really glad that you said that actually. That's made me smile. um I did kind of write it in mind of if I go into enough detail as if it's gonna be made into a show, people will be able to picture it a lot better in their
Hmm.
heads if I'm really detailed. So if I had the choice of actors, it would be for Luke would be Alan Richardson, the Jack Reacher guy.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's quite big and muscular and
Hmm.
very imposing. But he's also got the whole rugged, handsome thing going on,
Yeah.
which is exactly what I wanted from Luke. Marcus would be an actor called Daniel Di Tommaso.
Okay.
He was in Witches of East End and he's done a couple of other little bits and he's got the whole sparkling blue eyes,
Mm.
dark hair, tall, confident, bit of swagger.
Yeah.
That's very Marcus. And then the main lady, Caitlin, would be a young actress called Francesca Capaldi.
Mm,
She's quite young. She's 19, so very up and coming.
yeah.
She's done a few little bits like the Peanuts movie with Snoopy.
Oh yeah,
She's
yeah.
done the Disney Channel Dog with a Blog. She's done Max 2, and she's in Crown Lake as well. But
Right.
she's very, very soft featured, curly red hair. She just, yeah, if I was going to have Caitlin, it would be her.
Oh, great casting. So obviously there's currently 3 books in the series, but when is the
Yeah.
fourth due to be released? And can you tell us what to expect from it without giving away too many spoilers?
Yeah. So it's coming out just before Christmas on the
Hmm.
18th of December. Um, I'm still torn actually because I'm halfway through writing it, so I can go in 2 directions here.
Hmm.
I'm still torn whether to go into a book 5 or whether to finish the series with book 4.
Right.
We're going to see Caitlin in book 4. She's going to delve into the depths of her powers, what she's capable of doing. She's going to go into the heritage of all of her powers, and we're going to see her sort of have some internal conflict between what she's capable of doing, what should be done, but what her conscience will actually let her do. And she's going to start to realize that having great power means great sacrifices as well.
Hmm.
And that the happily ever after that she thought she was going to get with Luke actually might not be the peace that she thought it would be.
Yeah.
So it's going to be quite an interesting book to read.
Another roller coaster ride for Caitlin.
Yes, another one.
Well, that sounds brilliant. Something else to look forward to as Christmas approaches. And
Yes, definitely.
I'd like to say thank you for your time today, Claire. It's been an absolute pleasure to chat with you about your series.
Thank
And
you
if
very much.
you'd like to meet Claire in person, you can do so at the Book Dragon store at 6 West Row, Stockton-on-Tees, tomorrow between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. And you'll be able to get her to sign copies of her fantastic books.
Yep.
And I look forward to seeing you myself then as well.
I look forward to meeting you too.
Thank you, Claire.
Thank you very much.